Hi everybody, hello, how are we all doing? Hope you're having a good week so far. Well, I say week, but it's more like extended weekend. Bank holiday over here in the UK, and I know in America it's Memorial Day as well. So hope you're all enjoying your extended weekend. Today being the 29th of May 2017. It's been a long while since I've done a video, hasn't it? How is everybody? Hope we're good. Sorry about the break that I've had. I've been having some major personal issues. I won't go too far into it, but if you've been following me on Twitter, I've mentioned it a couple of times of what's been going on and stuff. But I wanted to do this video because this weekend I was in London. It was a birthday surprise for me, which was very good. To the Heroes and Villains FanFest. Now, this is basically like, it's basically it brings like the creme de la creme of TV guest stars. I'm talking about people like Emily Bett-Rickard, Stephen Amell, John Barrowman, Brandon Ralph, and Katie Cassidy as well. So there was a huge number of cast members that were there this weekend. Melissa Benoist and Chris Wood, who plays Monel, along with Carlos Valdez, who plays Cisco in The Flash. They were going to be there this weekend, but for whatever reason or other, they all cancelled. So we didn't see either of them. But I'll just give you a quick rundown of who was there. So Emily Bett-Rickard, Stephen Amell, John Barrowman, Hayley Atwell, who plays Peggy Carter, Stanley Tucci, who was Dr. Erskine in Captain America, Brandon Ralph, as I've already mentioned, Michael Rooker, who plays Yondu in Guardians of the Galaxy, Sean Gunn, who's also in Guardians of the Galaxy, Robbie Amell, Chantel Van Santen, who was Patty Spivot in The Flash, Katie Cassidy from Arrow, Josh Segarra, aka Adrian Chase, Colin Donnell, who played Tommy Merlin in the first season of Arrow, Charlotte Ross, Felicity Smoke's mother, Donna, was there. Michael Rowe, who plays Deadshot in Arrow. Matt Ryan, aka John Constantine. Richard Brake from Game of Thrones, he's the Night King. And also Joe Chill from Batman Begins. McCad Brooks, aka James Olsen from Supergirl. Italia Ricci, who's Robbie Amell's wife. She was Siobhan Smythe in Supergirl. Maisie Richardson-Sellars, Vixen from Legends of Tomorrow, who surprised me at the weekend when I found out that she is actually from London. So when she started talking in the panel, I was like, oh, didn't expect that. Shows just how well she's good at her job. Milo Ventimiglia from Gotham as well, and obviously you remember him from Heroes as Peter Petrelli. Robin Lord Taylor, aka Oswald Cobblepot from Gotham. Drew Power, who plays Butch in Gotham. Jessica Lucas as Tabitha from Gotham. Sean Pertwee, aka Alfred, and of course none other than David Mazouz, Bruce Wayne himself from Gotham. So those were the big name guests that appeared at the Heroes and Villains Fan Fest, and it was a great atmosphere. It was staged at Olympia in London. Huge location that they had for it. They had a certain area squared off for all the panels that they had because they knew that a lot of people were going to see these things. Stephen Amell's was obviously clearly the biggest one. His was on Sunday morning, yesterday morning at around 10:30, well 10:45. Obviously you had early door passes, so people who had early door passes were there for about 9 o'clock anyway. But we didn't get there till about, well, I said we should get there for 10 o'clock. So we got there just after 10 and already it was busy. We got inside and Stephen Amell's panel, no word of a lie, was full. There was just no seats. People were standing around outside of the seating area, and upstairs as well, people were standing looking down as well. So we went upstairs and thought, right, we'll try and see if we can get a good view. But where we were standing wasn't too far from where Stephen Amell was signing autographs. So when we came through, we could see Stephen was still signing. This was around just after 10 o'clock, so he must have been there bang on at 9 o'clock to start signing autographs. The guy was an absolute machine because he had his knocking point party on Saturday night. He had the F Cancer party as well on Friday night, and he was just constantly, I don't even know how he did it, but he was a machine. So he was signing autographs, then he went down to his panel. The panel was amazing. I've taken some videos, I've taken photos. So if you are on Instagram, if you're not following me on Instagram, please do, because as I say, I've taken some videos and photos on there, and also on Twitter. So I'll share them on Twitter, I'll share them on Tumblr, I'll share them on Instagram. There's plenty more to come, so I will be rolling them out over the next few days or so. But I had a great time. I mean, look, we even got, this is my weekend pass, as you can see, Saturday, Sunday admission. It was absolutely brilliant. As I say, it was jam-packed, but at the same time, it wasn't like really crowded. So you could move freely. It was great. They had all the autograph queues for all the big names. I mean, John Barrowman's was like just completely busy. As Stephen Amell and Emily Bett Rickards, you had to pre-purchase their autographs, and even the photo ops they had a section cut off where you could have all your photo ops. I didn't get a photo op, but I did get Stephen Amell's signature, as you can see right there, just there. So Stephen Amell signed this Arrow little figure, so I'm really pleased. 50 quid it cost me to get it signed. 50 quid. I was like, oh my god, but you know what? I'm happy. I've got it. So I'm really pleased with that. I didn't get a photo op because that was just beyond expensive. There was no point in me doing a photo op. Lots of people obviously paid for the photo ops as well, which is good for them. I'm happy for them. They did that, so that was good. I was just soaking in the atmosphere. People were in cosplay as well. It was good. As I say, I was at the panel for Stephen Amell. They had an Arrow panel for Emily Bett Rickards, Katie Cassidy and Josh Segarra. They had a Legends of Tomorrow panel with Brandon Routh and Maisie Richardson-Ellis. During Stephen's panel, it was quite funny. Robbie Amell, Emily Bett Rickards and Josh Segarra all crashed. They all gate crashed his panel, you know, at certain times. Robbie was to announce the fact that their production of their movie that they're doing, Code 8, if you haven't heard about it, please check it out. It's awesome. Is going to start principal photography this Thursday, so hopefully we'll get that movie out. I'm guessing sometime next year. I don't know if it's going to be like on Netflix or whatever, but there is an 8-minute sort of preview of the movie on YouTube. So it's Code and the number 8. Have a look at it. It looks sublime. But yeah, they also had a panel obviously for Supergirl, well, because Chris Wood and Melissa Benoist weren't here, it was just McCad Brooks who did it. And may I just say that McCad is an absolute gentleman and a fantastic humanitarian. The guy is he's caring, he's kind. Obviously, because what happened in Manchester last week, when he was there, you know, there was a girl who was asking a question to him, and he responded back saying, you know, you from Manchester? She said yes. Went up to her, gave her a cuddle, you know. And he also said that if anybody was from Manchester at the FanFest, that if you can prove that you have a Manchester address, anything that you wanted signed was going to be signed for free. You didn't have to pay for the signature. He was going to give it to you for free. I thought that was just an epic gesture from the guy. It was just brilliant. I didn't realise just how much of a kind and caring soul this guy was, but he really was amazing. Matt Ryan, they did a Constantine panel for Matt, and you know, he was saying how it would have been nice for the show to carry on for a second season, not just for a second season, but to have more than 13 episodes as well for the first season, because we all love Constantine. We know how awesome it is, and we wish that they had done a second season. It's great that we're getting the animated version next year on the CW Seed, so hopefully that'll kick things off to maybe bring him back for a live action one as well. And then they had the Gotham panel, which included pretty much everybody that was there from Gotham: Milo, Robin Lord Taylor, Drew Powell, Jessica Lucas, Sean Pertwee and David Mazouz. And it was quite funny how David was saying how, you know, someone asked him, are we going to see him as Batman on the show? And he's obviously saying, well, yeah, why wouldn't I want to be Batman? Of course I would love to be Batman. I would love to be Batman on the show, and it would just be awesome to see him in the suit. Who knows? You know, he's 16 years old now. If the show was to run for another, say, 3 or 4 seasons, I would not be surprised if we see him by the time he's about 19 or 20, to see him in some form. Maybe not in an actual Batman suit per se, but in something that will resemble the Batman suit. And he did hinted something that's going to happen in the second to last episode. Apparently they're doing a 2-part season finale. So he said in the first part, at the end of the first part, something extraordinary and interesting happens to his character. So I'm going to look forward to that as well, which should be awesome. I loved the Arrow season finale, was just top notch. They pretty much went back to basics, and it was just as good, if not better, than the season 2 finale, because we all remember how that one went. But the season 5 finale was superb. I loved it. I wasn't really keen on the Flash season finale. It was very underwhelming. I just didn't feel any love for it. The Supergirl season finale, brilliant. Apart from certain areas where I thought, oh well, okay, that was a bit mediocre. I mean, especially Monel. What's happening to him? So who knows what will happen in season 2. The Arrow panel, I just want to quickly mention, was quite interesting because obviously Katie Cassidy's character Laurel Lance was killed in season 4. And that caused a massive uproar. But Katie said that it wasn't her choice. She wasn't wanting to leave the show. It was the producer's choice to kill the character off, which I thought was pretty unfair. I thought, well, why? Black Canary is an integral figure in the Green Arrow universe. Why would you kill one of the most well-known characters of that universe? But they said, she even mentioned during the panel that she said that they called her up to say, look, we would like to have you back. We're going to give you another part. You're going to play the Earth 2 version of Laurel Lance, basically. Would you like to do that? She said yes, and she said that she's going to be back as a regular now for Arrow, as well as obviously appearing in other areas like Flash and also imagine Legends of Tomorrow. So it's good that we're getting her back. I just wish it was back as Black Canary. But the lass who plays Black Canary now is brilliant. I love her. So, and seeing her square off against Black Canary and Black Siren squaring off at the season finale of Arrow was just brilliant. That was brilliant to see. But yeah, it was a good weekend. I did buy a few things. Let's not forget, obviously they had some stalls there, and I'll show you what I bought. Look at this beautiful poster. How gorgeous is that? Very, it's just so, it's beautiful. It's just lovely. So I got that one, and then there's a Gotham version that I got as well, as you can see. Take the ferry to Gotham, of course. And I couldn't help myself as well because I had to. If you remember from Man of Steel, this was essentially a sort of like a newspaper thing that they did. The storyline about Superman saving Metropolis and Earth and how Zod was defeated. You can see all the other bits and pieces in there as well, especially the Lex Luthor storyline up here. Aliens are public enemies. It's brilliant. It's just absolutely amazing. And then on the flip side of that, well, it had to be done, didn't it? Caped Wonder stuns City. You had to get this. Of course, what I didn't realise, I only just noticed this now when I took everything out of the bags, was that I got 2 of them. I only asked to buy this one and the Man of Steel one, but the woman who was selling these, she must have not realised that she picked up 2 of them. So, yeah. So, guess what? One of them's going to be given away as a prize. I'm not sure when. I know that Wonder Woman's out this week. We're getting it released on Thursday. I'm seeing it midnight in the UK. Then again later on on Thursday twice, and then again on Friday. So that'll be 4 times I've already will have seen it, and maybe a couple more showings in there as well. So I don't know if I'm going to do it then or wait till Justice League in November to give that away. But someone will definitely win this. It's definitely worth winning. So yeah, it's actually inside a plastic bag, which is good. That's nice. It's good that one was in there, but the other one wasn't. I thought it was. Then I realised that I got 2 of the same one. I was like, what? Okay. So basically I got 3 of them for 10 quid as opposed to 2 for a tenner. But there you have it. As I say, Heroes and Villains FanFest, brilliant. If you're going to go to something like this, plan in advance. Be wary, as I say, because obviously Melissa, Chris and Carlos all didn't turn up. They had to cancel, unfortunately. So if you were expecting to see them and you didn't, you would have gotten refunded. It was a bit of a shame. I would imagine a lot of people would have been upset that didn't get to see them. But as I say, I enjoyed it. Whilst I didn't get anybody else's signature, it was good to see everybody else there. And as I say, I got plenty of pictures, so I will post them on like Instagram and Twitter and Tumblr and stuff, and then you guys can have a look, and I'll get some videos up as well on Instagram, so you can have a look at them. But no, it was really good. I was really pleased. It was great. I enjoyed myself. It was fun. And on the side of that, I got to see my siblings, my sisters, 2 sisters and my brother, and also my son as well, because he lives in London now as well. So, and it was good because my brother and my son met for the first time like forever, because my son's like 15 and a half now, and they got on like a house on fire. I've been waiting for them to meet each other for a long time, because I kind of knew that their mannerisms and their personalities were the same, and they hit it off. They bounced off each other greatly. It's amazing. My son is that much of a genius that he completed a Rubik's Cube in roughly about a minute. So he's a genius. I don't know where he gets it from. Definitely not from me. Maybe from his mum, but I know he doesn't get it from me. But the fact he completed a Rubik's Cube in under a minute was just amazing. And I'll post the video of said proof, so you'll see it. You can see how he did it. It was amazing. Anyway, that's it from me. I don't know when I'm going to do another video. I know that obviously Wonder Woman's out this week, so I may do a review. Depends on how I'm feeling. As I say, I have been going through some personal issues as of late, but I thought I'd do this video anyway, get this out of the way, because I'm still buzzing essentially from it all. So depending on how I feel after seeing Wonder Woman, I'm sure I'll be on a massive high on that one as well. I'll probably do a review, but for the time being, it's been great. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon.